It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Raiders and the Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
In the midst of a tumultuous 2021 season, the Las Vegas Raiders really turned to their quarterback, Derek Carr, to not only drive their offense, leading to career-high totals from the 8th-year passer and a nearly 5,000-yard season throwing the football, but also his leadership ability. He really grabbed that team and led them to the playoffs for the second time in his career while coming out one of the toughest divisions in football.
Right to the air is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
From midfield, here's Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Three yards remain for second down. Carr. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 35 on second down, Carr, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it third down.
It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a third down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on third down.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a fourth down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the first down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, it's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cole. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Carr. Touchdown, Raiders!
Darren Waller with a touchdown grab for Derek Carr. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
That was a really good opening drive on a number of fronts. 10 plays, very methodical, set the tone.
So you know right now, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're on the sideline saying, okay, what do we have to dial up in order to get off the field a lot faster? Because both sides are out there for 10 plays, but one side comes off energized, and the other side comes off with some questions.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota's starter, tied for the longest streak of stability the team has had at quarterback since, get this, Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making a 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at the 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He sets to fire deep, and that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Hunter Renfrow deep to return for the Raiders.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
And down he'll go at the 25.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders now set to get the football back. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they can really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
He'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. It's complete to Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The Carr's throw going to be taken in by Cole. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Carr. And finding Keelan Cole. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Carr going to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Carr to throw again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw is Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Cousins on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Final play of the half, Cousins. Being chased out left. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Adam Thielen, a terrific wide receiver and synonymous with Minnesota football. You go back to high school, college ball in the state, and now his 9th season with the Minnesota Vikings. 10 touchdown catches last season, makes a nice catch there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
On second down, it's Cook again. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Let's do this, man. Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And this goes out wide for Drake. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. To throw, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Andrew Billings, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd.
Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Let's rock and roll. You know what we need, baby.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Carr now to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a play fake. Carr. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 32 on the play.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline, and that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Let's go, baby. What's the deal? Here we go. I'm back here.
Cousins to throw it. He's got Smith here. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Running for it, here's Cook. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. The throw taken in by Cole. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.